This is so freaking Tekken. We got Brian Cox. Story so far. Let's hear it.
Every single fight, no matter how big or small, has a story behind it.
This is so like the armor cord and the journalists in the Tekken blood thing. They always do the little they got the little pictures in the background. They got the back turned always and they turn around to the camera. Oh my god. Bandai Namco. All right, let's go.
That's why when it comes to Tekken and the King of Iron Fist tournament,
Even Kazuya does it too. Back turn and all that.
there's one hell of a story to tell.
Story so far.
In Tekken 8, Jin Kazama will face off against his father, Kazuya Mishima.
Yeah,
For the
Jin was
last
not
time.
literally in
Kazuya is
Tekken
threatening
7
global
actually. He
domination.
was not, he was
And
MIA
since Jin
really.
is the only other person who possesses the devil gene as well, he may be the only chance the world has left.
Like Jin actually shows up in Tekken 6 story, but he was not actually, he was fighting Azrael or whatever. And he missed Tekken 7, so he missed Heihachi's death and all that stuff. But he probably he wakes up prior to that.
This point?
You know?
What the hell is a devil gene? And why do these fathers and sons keep throwing each other off cliffs?
Yep.
Well, it revolves around these three men. Heihachi Mishima, his son Kazuya Mishima, and his son
Yeah, the only person that hasn't thrown somebody off the
Kazama.
cliff was Jin.
When Kazuya was just 5 years old, his father, Heihachi, feared the boy possessed the devil gene, which is passed down through generations to the bearer's children. It allows the host to transform into a winged demon that possesses incredible strength and power.
Yep.
So, Heihachi did what any loving father would do. Threw Kazuya off this cliff to see if he would survive.
Toss him. Yeah, I have my son's like 12 or whatever. I throw his ass off. Get your ass over there, motherfucker. Get your ass. Yeah, you know, I'll leave your ass there too. He ain't go. That's the funny thing about Heihachi. He just threw his ass off. He threw Kazuya off the cliff and left that motherfucker. That motherfucker is the bestest son of a bitch ever. Holy shit, bro. You don't even check on your son. You just throw his ass off the cliff. I'm gonna kick his ass off the cliff. Get his ass over there. Whatever. 12 years.
And survive, he did.
12 years later, he comes
Kazuya
back.
would spend the next 21 years
21
training to
years.
become a deadly fighter. The hatred he harbored for his father fueling his motivations. Ultimately, Kazuya would defeat Heihachi and become the first King of Iron Fist tournament champion. And then, in a moment of poetic justice, would throw his father off a cliff.
And here comes the smile. Here it comes, baby. Here it goes.
Years later, we find Kazuya has turned even more.
That was so silly. See, this is why Tekken was so silly back in the day. It's like serious, but it's so silly also. Because you had one father. Well, you know, you don't really necessarily see the story too much in the arcade or whatever, right? And then Tekken 2 happens, and then you see all the like dynamics. You see Angel, you see Devil, you see June. You just kind of see where it's kind of starting at. And then Tekken 3 just whoosh, throws all that into a loop. Like, oh, here's Kazuya's gone. Heihachi won. 20 plus goddamn years go by in a goddamn instant. You know, it's fucking wild.
Sinister than his father was.
Yeah.
But it brings us to the one woman who saw the potential good in Kazuya. Animal rights activist Jun Kazama.
Yep.
Together,
Started it all.
they would have a child. The third piece of this patricidal puzzle. Jin Kazama. Jin grew up without knowing his father. And after tragedy suddenly befell his mother, Jim sought out his grandfather and would be trained in the Mishima fighting
So
way.
it looks like if he's telling the story like this so far, and June is actually is actually dead or whatever. So this could just be like a story thing with June here, how Jin was in Tekken 7. He's not necessarily there, but he's a playable character. It could be that like kind of that dynamic with the devil Jin.
Is by none other than Heihachi Mishima. Ever the opportunist, and knowing Jin possessed the devil gene, Heihachi would use Jin until ultimately betraying his grandson,
yes, he did.
Shooting him at point-blank range in the face.
Yeah, that was wild.
However, death was not for Jin.
Hell no,
what would
they
kill
never died.
any other man would trigger what had laid dormant in Jin until that moment. And Devil Jin was born.
Yep.
Since then, these three men have waged war against each other time and time again.
Yep.
This is until the most recent tournament, where Kazuya faced off
Wait,
against his father, Heihachi,
5
for
and
the
6
final
like
time
instantly.
by
Okay.
taking his life and throwing the body into a volcano, like only a Mishima can.
Story of the Mishimas.
Which brings us to now. Kazuya's complete global control is almost at hand, and his power is seemingly unchecked. However, now fully healed from his own battles, Jin has resurfaced and is focused on stopping his father to become not just the newest champion of the King of Iron Fist tournament,
Yeah, that sounds
but possibly the savior of all mankind too.
Yeah, but didn't Jin start like a freaking war and kill like Miguel's people and other people also? So I understand like Jin was like the anti-hero in 6, right? But I guess I don't know, they just skip. He's just gonna skip. Like I said, they're gonna skip over 5 and 6 and skipping over that and going straight to Heihachi's and Kazuya and Jin's rival. Oh wow, this is all out battle fight. What? Are they fighting the volcano again? Is that we gonna have another like a reverse version now? Let's see.
In Tekken 8. Fist meets fate.
Yeah, okay.
Is almost at hand.
Gotta see that one more
and
time.
his power is seemingly unchecked. However, now fully healed from his own battles, Jin has resurfaced and is focused on stopping his father to become not just the newest champion of the King of Iron Fist tournament, but possibly the savior of all mankind too.
This is wild right here. Yeah. This looks wild to me. You got a bunch of you fighting jacks. Are they all fighting jacks? It looks like it.
The savior of all mankind too.
He's fighting other people too. They're probably fighting Zabatsu also.
In Tekken 8.
Yeah, because Jin's working with Lee. He's working with Lee and Lars.
Fist meets fate.
Because at the end of the story, Jin shows up and he's with Lee and Lars, I believe. So yeah, this is literally just round 2 from what what is it? The Shrine Temple area with, because Kazuya fought Jin before and got his butt whooped. Him and Heihachi got their butt whooped. And I think this probably won't be this. So this could be their final showdown then. Tekken 8. This actually be father and son last fight. Yeah, father and son from last fight from Tekken 7 Heihachi. Now you have the son and father again, but it's much younger. And that's interesting. That's the interesting way to go again Like I said, it's round 2 all over again. Tekken 8 story. And I'm here for the ridiculousness. I want to see it. Let's go.